fish. Oh, yep, fish on, guys. Here's like another ray. Let's go. Hello, welcome back to Seasmith and welcome back to Southbourne. Now I'm down here for a session that I feel I needed. This week's been pretty intense and for a number of reasons actually. Firstly, work has just been intense, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. The job that I do can get quite stressful, and one of those weeks has just been, you know, I love my job but it's been a lot and I feel like I needed to just rest my mind, rest my body, rest my soul. So I had a good night's sleep last night, which has just rested me physically, and today's session is needed just to rest the mind. And the second reason is we had a bit of a shock in our friendship group. Former friend who I kind of lost touch with. A lot of us had kind of, you know, as you do when you kind of get into your 30s, splinter off into your own lives, your own lifestyle choices and whatever it might be. But one of our friends of that kind of when we were early 20s, of our kind of quite close friendship group, actually passed away this week, which came as a massive shock. He was the same age as me actually, early 30s. Crap news, it's a crap thing to happen. And I was thinking, what do I do this weekend with my just, you know, in terms of my own well-being and everything else that's going on. And fishing was the answer. Fishing is something that I know a lot of us, probably a lot of you watching, come to escape, come to relax, unwind and just detach from a lot of those stresses and niggles that happen in the mind. So that's what I'm here to do today. I never normally say, you know, it doesn't matter about the fish that you catch. Normally I'm a little bit like, no, it does matter about the fish. I come out here to catch fish and to improve as a fisherman and expand my knowledge, expand my expertise. But today, it genuinely doesn't matter what I catch. I am here to relax, unwind. I've taken probably the longest to set up my gear that I've ever done because I'm just slowing things down today and I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy the fishing, enjoy the process. I'm here for about 6, 7, 8 hours, depending on how things go. And yeah, we're just going to enjoy it today. So in terms of approach, I am on my own today, so no Darren. In terms of baits, I've got sand eel, I've got squid, I've got some sprats, I've got some cuttlefish. So yeah, we're mostly probably going to be looking at the rays, but we'll see what else can come our way. In terms of rigs, I've got 3 rods out today. One of them is going to be sent out with a Bagnall bar, which has got a 2.0 Aberdeen hook and a 1.0, 2.0 assist hook on it as well, which will be sent out at a bit more distance. My other rod is going to have a simple 2-hook, 1 up, 1 down flapper rig, which will be my close in. And then this rig I tied literally as I was walking out the door, and it's going on my 3rd rod. I'm going to cast this out there, leave it there for probably a few hours and just check it every now and then. Is a live bait dongle rig, which is basically, it's on a pulley bead, so I can again cast at distance if I want to, but I'm more likely going to fish this short range actually. But it's simply a 6.0 circle hook with a little bit of mono, it's either fluoro or mono, I can't remember, one of the two, and a very small chinook hook there. There's loads of other ways, tidier ways even, to tie this up, but I literally tied it as I was walking out the door, so I just literally tied it as you can see. Now the idea with this, for those that don't know, is I'm going to put a little bit of squid bait, a tiny bit on that hook, which will hopefully catch a little whiting or some sort of bait fish, and I'll leave it out there, leave it to do its thing, and you're basically live baiting in the hope of maybe a nice bass, nice big eel, or potentially a codling. That would be amazing. He's going to come in, take that live bait, take your big hook, and you're going to reel it in. So that's the plan. I'm going to get the rest of the kit set up, get the rods out in the water, and we'll see what we can do. Right, that's 2 rods out already. Third one's just about to go out. And this is that live bait dongle rig with just a tiny little bit of squid tentacle on the end there. Nice and simple. We'll chuck it out, nice overhead lob, see what it can bring us. So all the traps are set. All there is to do now is to enjoy my Chelsea bun and wait for a fish.
Now, in what can only be described as Sod's Law, meaning if something can go wrong, it will, before any fish could show, my relaxing and recharging session was put to an abrupt end when I had a phone call from my better half saying our 6-month-old puppy was vomiting profusely. So, I quickly packed up, spent some money talking to an out-of-hours emergency vet, and thankfully, all ended up being well.
And ask all your friends to stop eating my bait.
That being said, I had some unfinished business down Southbourne, so the following week, with a gap in the weather, I headed back down for round 2.
Well, hello again to what is a new day in the same video. So yeah, last week we had to call off the session because of my poorly little puppy decided to throw up about 15 times in the space of 2 hours. So my girlfriend rang me up, she said quite worried about him, so I had to race home. Quick call to the emergency vet later, bit of rest, bit of R&R, and he's alright. But in a video where I decided to just chill, sit back, forget about all my worries and stresses, I ended up having a very stressful situation. So it's the next week now. I've rushed down as soon as I've finished work, down to the beach, down to Southbourne, to scratch out, hopefully, a good, and this time, relaxing session. It is beautiful down here. Over the last few days, as everyone around the UK will know, the temperatures have dropped quite a bit, hence why the gloves are out, I'm layered up. It's dropping down to I think about 0, -1 tonight, so it is a chilly one, but it is absolutely stunning. There's no one else on the beach. I can see one head torch, I think, way down closer to Hainsbury, so there might be an angler that way, but some more might turn up. We had quite some strong winds on Monday, onshore winds as well, so I'm hoping that will have meant that today, you know, the next couple of days after that, typically fish well. Well, to pass some time, I have brought a third rod with me, a third reel of course, and some of my squid jigs. As there's been tons of squid being caught, as I'm sure everyone is very, very aware of. It's been a really, really good squid season so far, and I'm going to chuck some out. This is my heavier kind of metal lure that I typically use for the boat, but I'm using this one because I'm going to get a little bit more distance on that, and I'll just retrieve it along the bottom, see if we can't pick some out. Well, nothing on the squid jigs, only had 3 or 4 casts, big casts and slow retrieves, nothing to report on that, and nothing on the rods yet, but we're coming up to the bottom of the tide, so we'll be approaching slack tide I think in the next 30 30-40 minutes or so, and then I'm going to probably fish 3 or 4 hours back up, which is when I'm hoping, typically, you know, an hour or two after that low tide is often when Southbourne can sometimes switch on. Oh, saying that, my right hand rod, which is on a Bagnall bar, has just had a nice little point on it. So it's all, isn't it? I go and say, start making excuses, and then it happens. Well, that's reassuring. That's the first bite I've seen so far. First bit of action. So there's fish out there. That's a fish. Over there, it's a little snorkeler just winding me up. Oh no, he might be on actually. Right, what are we guessing? Little whiting? I'll take that. I would take that. Alright, let's reel him in, see what we've got. C8. Could be something small just playing at it, or a little whiting or something that's just hooked itself and I can't feel it. I'm going to leave it out there for 5 minutes or so, see if it develops into anything else, then reel it in. What I might do, whilst I'm not playing around, in fact, if we do get a whiting today, I'm going to send out that third rod that I was using from Squid Jigs with a little live bait dongle rig that we saw earlier. But we'll see. We'll leave that one for now. Well, just brought in that Bagnall bar that we saw getting the little pecks on it, and yes, something has been absolutely chomping away at it. So some sort of little bait fish, or probably a little pouting whiting, something like that. So we'll get this guy redressed up and sent back out there. Well, the fact that bait came back the way it did has convinced me to get the little live bait dongle rig out, which was this one, as you saw before. And all I'm going to do is get a little slither of squid, like so. Whack that onto there. Tidy him up a bit. So we've got a nice presented little slither of squid. Send him out, try and get a little bit of distance on him. Not get it all tangled. There we go. See what we can do with that. Well, what a roller coaster that was. Went to cast out that live bait rig, and unfortunately there is actually a little chip on this top eye on this spare rod that I've got. I've been ignoring it, which I shouldn't have, and not actually had any issues with it, but on that cast it did tear the line, snap the line. So I lost the whole rig. Thinking, oh god damn it, I just set all that up, what a waste of time. Anyway, come back up, trudge back up the beach, check my other rod, the Bagnall bar that we sent out for at distance. We only just rebaited that and sent it out not too long ago, and it's gone slack. I was like, oh, okay, interesting. Lift up into it, would not budge, would not move at all. I thought, I've never got snagged at Southbourne, what's this about? Anyway, I walk it down to the other end of the bay, up to the beach, towards the other groin, try to get at it from a different angle, and suddenly it starts to move. Reeling it in, I was like, oh, a little bit of weight there. On the end of it was a very, very small, but very, very welcome small-eyed ray. Awesome. So we're off the mark. Let's see if we can find some more. And his bigger brother. But we're not blanking. Love catching rays. It's always nice to catch a ray. So yeah, pleased with that. Just brought in my one up, one down rig, and that one, both hooks will be completely stripped clean. That was the one with a ragworm on the top hook and a single sand eel on the bottom. So what I might do now, I might go double sand eel on each, to be honest, because the rays are on the feed, and now that I know that, I kind of want to maximise on that. So yeah, for the next couple hours, we'll go sand eel on or sprat actually on all my hooks, and see what we can make of it. Well, this is exactly what the doctor ordered. It's not even 7 o'clock yet, 7 PM, and I've got pretty much the whole beach to myself. As far as the way I can see that way, and all down the beach that side as well. Most of the dog walkers and kind of evening runners, you're getting the odd few, but they're pretty much all gone. It is so peaceful out here. It's exactly what I wanted. And we're into the fish. Can't beat it. There's no wind, really easy fishing conditions, in the sense that we've got no swell, no wind, nothing to negate, no seaweed. That's kind of like it's hard to fish through. Exactly what I needed, exactly what I wanted. I was definitely keen to get out today because this is probably going to be the only day this week that I can fish. We've got some big storms coming this weekend, some big onshore winds as well. I think gusting up to 50, 60 plus miles per hour. So next week, when that's all calmed down, should be good fishing. No doubt there'll be a lot of people hitting Chesil for those cod. I'll definitely be going out, I'm not sure where yet. Still want to get out on the boat, but we can't now. Because when I'm off work or when I've got a full day to get out on there, the winds are not playing ball, but we'll find a gap. Tell me, how many of you out there have had to enjoy a pot noodle on the beach with no cutlery and simply sip it from the pot? Currently my dinner. Oh hey! Another fish down. Another beautiful, get out of the way. Beautiful little small line, maybe a little bit bigger than before. Absolutely beautifully lip hooked. So this one was on the one up, one down. Fairly close in, just a gentle overhead lob. So one each for the two approaches at the moment. Lovely little fish. I'll get him unhooked. Straight into the water. There we go. Fish number 2. So this little guy was just some simple sand eel. As I say, really close in, but awesome. Having great fun, catching great little fish. Let's get him back. Now, I do need to just say thank you for all the support. Over the last few months, I've been trying to put a lot of content out there. A bit of mix of boat stuff, shore stuff, lots of different venues. I don't want to be uploading, the same Southbourne video every few weeks. I do want to mix it up. What I'm really trying to do on my channel is, show the fishing, show the enjoyment of it, but really add some entertainment to it as well. Tell the story behind the session, behind the reason that I fish, which is why I tend to put a lot of backstory into it. So I appreciate everyone that's kind of, enjoyed that type of content. I know it might be a little bit different to a lot of the YouTube channels out there, but it's just how I like to do it. Now I am on the march to 1,000 subscribers. That is my next milestone. I think at the moment I'm about 780 odd, so just over 200 subscribers to hit that milestone. So I know every channel says it all the time, but if you do enjoy what I'm putting out there, that different take on fishing, the spin that I put on it, then please do subscribe to the channel. It is hugely appreciated. Wow. There we go. They are getting bigger. That is a lovely little small eye, and that gave a cracking bite. It absolutely ripped the rod right over. I'm going to get a quick weight on him. There we go. I'm hoping that can come up on camera. Just over 4 pound. It's a really nice little fish, that. 4 pound small eye. Nothing insane, of course, but yeah, really happy with that. He's a stocky fish. There we go. A proper look at a really lovely fish. Absolutely buzzing with that, and it gave a really good scrap in as well. I'm gutted I didn't get the bite on camera. Honestly, I was like, oh, that's a big bite. I thought it could be a bass or something. But yeah, there we go. I'm easily pleased when it comes to my fish, but I'm absolutely buzzed to catch that. Let's get him back. Oh, that's a fish. Oh, yeah, fish on, guys. There's like another ray. Let's go. Well, it's fishing well tonight. He's not a bad size one again, actually. In fact, just out of interest, I'm going to see how much smaller he is. Wow, good job I checked. He's actually a little bit heavier, 4.2 pounds. There we go. So yeah, 4.2 pounds. He's curling up nicely for the camera. They're slightly bigger than the other one. Yeah, what can I say? Fantastic night on the ray so far. And they've been getting bigger and bigger each cast, actually. Such a cool fish. Alright, let's get him back. Another quite surprising, well not surprising, but very welcome guest to tonight's session. A little bass. Taken on my, close in again actually, on a sand eel rig. or a single sand eel on the one up, one down. But yeah, there we go. Now, interestingly, as I was unhooking him and sorting him out, I had a little look to see what was in his stomach, and there is one half, well, decimated little sand eel that he's obviously found somewhere. Interesting, hence why he took mine. But also, I'm actually going to rebait this and send it back out. Big old lugworm. It was hanging out his mouth as I reeled him in. I mean, that's fairly fresh. I mean, he's obviously just had a go at that, but it's still solid. So yeah, that's a good bait. I'm going to stick that on the top hook, see if I can't get another one, or whatever else is out there, but also continue on the bottom hook with my rays. Right, well, there we have it. Rebaited with that worm and a little tipping bait of squid at the bottom of the hook there. If I do catch off that worm bait though, I'm going to have to rename this video something like "You'll never believe my new bait supplier," or "Bass snitches on his mates with ultimate bait delivery to fishermen on beach." Well, I have to say, so far, this has been a thoroughly enjoyable session. It's been a fish most casts, I would say. Well guys, the bites have finally started to slow down, and I think it is a school night, so it's time to start packing up and heading home. But I couldn't have asked for much more really from this session. I mean, unless a double figure cod wants to come and smash my baits right now. It's ticked all the boxes for me. It's been super enjoyable, no real stresses, it's been easy fishing, it's been good, like fun fishing. We've had some good fish out today, and it's been fairly constant. I mean, I've only been down for like 4 hours or so, and I've had, 5 fish, so I guess it could have been quicker, but I think any quicker it would have been starting to teeter on the, you're fishing hard to get baits back in, but it's just been that perfect balance between nice, steady, constant fun fishing, where I'm not frantically having to put one bait in and get the rod out, put the next rod in. It's been ideal. So yeah, ticked all the boxes for me. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, as I said before, I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so if you've enjoyed this video, if you've enjoyed any of my content, and you'd like to see more of this kind of stuff, then do subscribe. As I say, I'm going to put lots more content out over the next few months and all of 2025 with some big plans, and I'd love to see you there to watch the content too. But anyway, I'm going to pack up, get back home. This weekend is unfishable in terms of winds, as I said earlier, so there will be no content coming out or no trips this weekend, but I'm definitely going to be out next week. Undecided where. I'll look at the conditions and plan where's best, but yeah, definitely expect a video very soon. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, and I will see you in the next one.